Let's get to the point. Your monthly market report from the Reno Sparks Association of Realtors. I'm John Graham, 2017 President. This month's report is brought to you by Greater Nevada Mortgage. Let's get started with a quick look at the local real estate market. Let's get to the point. The April median price was close to $324,000, up 2% from March and up 10% from a year ago. April unit sales at 508 are down 8% from March and down 11% compared to April 2016. April new listings are up 5% at 708 compared to March and down 21% from 1 year ago. We'll look a little deeper into supply and demand in just a moment. The Reno market is a seller's market at 1.9 months supply of inventory. Months supply of inventory is the time it would take to exhaust the active inventory at the current rate of sales. Effective in March 2017, the Reno Sparks Association of Realtors changed its method of calculating months supply of inventory to exclude pending sales. We believe this more accurately reflects the month's supply of inventory. Now it's time for the monthly economic minute with nationally acclaimed economist and author Elliot Eisenberg. Elliot, sales price both in the local market and nationally continue to increase. What are the drivers causing this, and should prospective home buyers wait?
John, that's a great question, and thanks for asking. And it all comes down to demand and supply. Job creation's been good in Reno and elsewhere, and that pushes up demand for housing. On the existing supply side, people are aging in place, so they're not moving and not selling their house. People who bought a house a year or two ago have great mortgages with really low rates, and they don't want to sell their house and lose their inexpensive money, if you will. Rates were very low when they got the mortgage. And last but not least, firms like BlackRock have purchased a lot of single-family houses, and they're holding on to them. On the new building side, we also have problems. There, workers are in short supply, so wages are going up, causing housing building to be more expensive. Input costs are more expensive. There was a new tariff just imposed on Canadian softwood lumber, pushing the price of a new home up by $3,000 or $4,000. Regulations are getting more difficult and more costly, and land is perpetually a problem. If you put this together, we're not building enough homes, and we're not going to build enough homes in the near future, and prices will continue to rise in excess of wages going forward.
Thank you, Elliot, for the great information. Prospective home buyers should consult with a reputable lender and get pre-qualified. There are some excellent first-time home buyer programs available to assist with down payments and closing costs. As Elliot said, home prices are not anticipated to decline in the foreseeable future. Now, let's dig a little deeper into supply and demand in the local market. This chart shows the historical year-to-date sales for the first 4 months of the year. New listings during the months of January through April 2016 totaled 2,738. The same period, 2017, new listings totaled 2,087, a 31% decline. In comparison, sales for the first 4 months of 2016 totaled 1,901. In 2017, they were at 1,511. While sales are only down 5%, new listing inventory is down 31%. Clearly, we are not filling the funnel. New listings are not coming as quickly as they are being absorbed. Now, let's put it all together. Historically, the peak listing months are May, June, and July. We are cautiously optimistic that the pace of new listings will pick up as the weather warms. As Congress debates tax reform, which in the current proposal would minimize the mortgage interest deduction rate, I would like to quote a recent article in Inman News by Sam DeBoard. DeBoard says, "It's no coincidence that we've historically incentivized real estate investment. He goes on to say the positive outcomes of home ownership have been studied in communities with similar income levels and housing cost. Those communities with higher home ownership rates have been shown undisputedly and consistently to have superior educational achievement, higher civic participation, better infrastructure management, and lower crime rates. Our political and economic leaders understand that incentivizing home ownership is good for our country. Supporting those homeowners who've purchased homes under the current incentives and those who may buy in the future is the task at hand. DeBoard's comments summarize very succinctly why the Realtors stand firmly behind the protection of the mortgage interest deduction. That's our To the Point report for May. Talk to your local Realtor for details in your neighborhood. Tune in next month for the latest To the Point.